605 Chaser. We've got a lot to get to, so let's get right to it. Welcome and thank you so much for joining. If you're new to the page, make sure that you smash the follow, like button. We're going to get things going here in just a moment. Welcome, TikTok followers, and welcome, 605 Chaser team. What we got going on right now, folks? Let's go ahead, chat away. Waiting for a few folks from TikTok to join. It's going to be a crazy, crazy day in Texas, folks. Dallas, Fort Worth, Wichita Falls, Paris, Texas. You guys are in a 3 out of 5 risk for today. This is likely going to be this afternoon. Hope you all can hear me okay. If you're just joining, please be sure to make sure you follow. If you are in the Texas, Oklahoma, or the Arkansas area today, big time severe weather expected today. Thanks for joining, everybody. All right, let's go ahead and get to the weather here, folks. So as you can see, this is the outlined outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. Fort Worth, Texas, Wichita Falls, Paris, Texas, Waco even in there, but we have big time tornado risk, and that is smack dab into the Fort Worth, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Waco metro area. It's covering a large area there. You can see that brown section. That's a 5 to 9% probability of a tornado within 25 miles of that point. So, and it spreads even further into areas of Oklahoma, Arkansas, even northern portion of Louisiana. Now, just be aware that these storms, we're going to go through kind of an outlook and radar model.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
All right, areas of South Carolina, just be aware this was updated at 7:48 Central Daylight Time. South Carolina, you got a marginal risk today, so there are possibilities of some severe thunderstorm warnings. As you can see there right now, 60-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-size hail. Those are likely going to be about the extent of what you get. I don't suspect that we're going to see any type of tornadoes, but can't rule them out completely. Again, the main threat is going to be areas of Texas for today. Buddy, can you move? I can't see. Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, I gotta do that though. All right, so let's go ahead and break things down for you with the weather models real quick. Let's go ahead and break this down with the weather models. Looks like my son must have left some things on here that I need to take off here. 1 second. There we go. All right, let's go. All right, I'm going to take a look at what the timing of this looks like with HRRR weather model here. This is a look at what time storms might appear in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Appreciate the follows. Do you think we can see a tornado in Fort Worth, Texas, and about what time? Great question, Leah. Just getting to that here. So I appreciate that so much. So this is a weather model estimate of what time it might be. Let's make sure that I got the screen capturing the right information here. 1 second. Not getting the time pulled up, so I do need to get that window capture here. 1 second. There we go. That'll be a better view here. You guys probably see this a little bit better. There we go. All right, so the time is up top is Central Daylight Time. Hopefully you can see that pretty decent. But what we're showing is 4 o'clock right now. This is the timing for the Dallas area, Abilene area. Let's take a look at that. But the timing looks to be between 4 p.m. for Dallas. Let's take a look. Between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. as of this latest update that we have for the Dallas area. Thanks for the follow, Angela. Appreciate it very much. And then we'll take a look at Abilene, Texas. Thankfully, it's somewhat quiet this morning. There are a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. Let me kind of show you where those are. Right now, Vermont area and South Carolina. The biggest risk would be Union County, Newberry County, and Lawrence County in South Carolina. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. Where you guys in that area are in a marginal risk. Vermont area, you're in a slight risk. So Abilene timing here. All modes of severe weather would be likely. You are in a slight risk. Let me pull that up here on Radar Omega here. Oh, and they just upgraded? Seriously? Okay, yeah, Abilene, you're in a slight risk here. But just over to McKinney and Dallas, you're in an enhanced risk. Del Rio. I'll get to Del Rio timing. Again, folks, the only thing we're going to go through right now is going to be your areas of risk. Del Rio, Texas. Timing. We're going to focus on Texas right now, folks. That's where the biggest risk is. Del Rio area estimate would be sometime after 4 p.m. today. Could see a number of risks. That is let me take a look. It looks like your Del Rio area is in a 2% risk for tornadoes. So that is lower than the Fort Worth, Dallas area, but still, I would not be a bit surprised to see a rogue cell like it shows here in Del Rio, Texas later today after 3 o'clock. So stay weather aware. Somebody's asking, is Connecticut fine? 1 second here, and I'll take a look. Let me show you the risks. Here's Connecticut, folks. So this would be, your risk would be marginal risk for Connecticut. And then Torrington, Hartford, a 2% risk for your tornado risk there. So really not that huge, but still stay weather aware.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
All right, and now we're showing New York here, so we want to make sure that you're aware there. There's the risk. We have a slight risk up in Albany, Utica, Old Forge, Watertown area of New York. Slight risk 2 out of 5, so just make sure that you stay weather aware. And then what is your risk for tornadoes up in that area? It's a 2%, so not 0, not the highest, but still stay weather aware for those areas. All right, is this heading towards West Tennessee? Hold on a second. Okay, I can't talk right now. I'm on live. What do you got, buddy? I can't talk about tomorrow's risk until tomorrow. I understand that there's a 10% hatched area, but I can't talk about that right now. I do daily lives, so let's focus on this. If we get too far out of there, buddy. All right. Texas, Plantersville. Let me go ahead and shut this part off here. 1 second. All right, Plantersville, Texas. Again, thanks for the follows, guys. If you can share the live, that would be helpful as well. Plantersville looks to be quite a ways southeast of the severe weather according to this weather model. Let me see if we have enough of an update on the 12Z here. I would just stay weather aware in that area. The reason why I say stay weather aware in that area is because you're still kind of in that general thunderstorms section. Actually, it looks like according to SPC, let me pull that up here. I just looked at that update here. You're outside of the general thunderstorms. Let me pull up, see what tomorrow's factor is. 1 second here. So don't want Texas for today. Want for day 2. There we go. Day 2. So tomorrow you have general thunderstorms over in the Houston area. Thanks, Cat Lover, for the heart knees. Appreciate it. Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville, Tennessee, you're not in that huge risk today, thankfully. 1 second here. All right, so this is day 1 outlook. This is today's outlook. As you can see, Tennessee, you're in a marginal risk over in the Memphis area, but nothing significant today, nothing like what you've had yesterday. Near 1774 FM and the 249. Not sure how to pull that up here, Richard. Thanks, Richard, for the follow. Maybe I took care of it already.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
All right, again, Vermont area, as you can see up there, they are in a slight risk, so we are expecting continued severe thunderstorm warnings up in the Vermont area. Oh, okay, so Plantersville, yeah, I got that taken care of, I believe. All right, Lexington, Kentucky, and St. Louis, Missouri. Oh my goodness. GSB, my heart goes out to you if you or any of your family are in the St. Louis, Missouri area. Devastation yesterday. I don't want to be grim, but folks, last I had heard, there's 4 fatalities from yesterday's St. Louis, Missouri significant tornado. So prayers go out to folks in St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis, Missouri area, I'll kind of touch base on that just a smidge here. Your risk appears to be more for day 3. This is a day 3 outlook, so on Monday. So just stay weather aware leading up to day 3, which would be Monday. Unfortunately, you guys are in a extremely dangerous situation for Monday. Trying to get to everybody as quick as I can. Thanks so much. Haslett M. Sharma, Haslett, Texas. Hopefully you're still on here. Let me shut these risks off so that I can show you the view here. Yeah, Haslett area, you definitely want to stay weather aware. You have a significant threat here.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
You have a significant threat here later this afternoon. These are radar estimates right now, so anybody that's going to be in and around Fort Worth, Dallas area today after 3 o'clock, that's when things are expected to really get ramped up and get going. How much rain can you guys possibly see? Total precip, let's do that. We want to take a look at that possibility because there's a lot of moisture to work with. Thank you, GSB, for the follow. Appreciate it. Okay, so between now, again, these are radar estimates of what it might have. This isn't exact. Okay, some areas could end up seeing 2 to 3 inches of rain between, this would be between now and 1 o'clock in the morning on the 18th. Okay, these are Waco area, maybe an inch. I mean, you guys need some rain, that's for sure. You guys have had some significant heat lately. Almost 4 inches over by Longview. Anybody, where's my followers from Longview, Texas? El Dorado. Unfortunately, El Dorado area of Arkansas is expecting, the southern portion of Arkansas is expecting quite a significant amount of rainfall, Greenville area. M. Sharma, you're welcome. Again, this is between now and 1 o'clock in the morning. Again, areas of Mississippi could have a couple of inches. Tuscaloosa, Montgomery, Alabama areas. Some rain, not a whole lot in Montgomery, actually, maybe a half an inch, according to this. Even Atlanta could have a little over an inch in some areas. Northwest Arkansas going to get bad. Let's go ahead and take a look back at the estimates here. This is a look at 1 o'clock in the morning. This is radar estimate. Again, radar estimate. So as you can see, according to this estimate, Northwest Arkansas, you look to be okay, but there is this cell that's over by Joplin and Springfield area of Missouri that looks not nearly as intense, but I've seen things crazy happen before. So as you can see, kind of when it goes through the Tulsa area around 8 p.m., if it still has plenty of energy by 11 p.m., that northwest part of Arkansas could see a rogue cell up there. So just stay weather aware. Again, for day 1, northwest Arkansas they are in a slight risk. And let me kind of show you the risks for tornadoes. As you can see, Fayetteville, Russellville, Hot Springs, Arkadelphia. Those are the green zone. That's a 2 to 4% risk of tornadoes. So not zero, so stay weather aware in those areas, definitely. Pixlem Liff, you're welcome. Is it coming to St. Louis? Again, if you're just joining us, we're looking at radar estimates. So it does not look to be doing that. And I know St. Louis, Missouri has really had a rough time, and that's putting it very mildly. Seba what? Well, I'm learning a lot about different areas here. Mississippi. There we go. I can't eat Sebastopol. I'm gonna butcher the name of that city. Uh, let's take a look here. So this is a look at radar estimate. So yours timing would be very, very difficult at this point to put that because it's going to be 3 o'clock in the morning.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
So I'm looking at Sebastopol, Mississippi area right now, and these are radar estimates. The timing yours would be, unfortunately, in the middle of the night. So stay weather aware. And again, just to remind folks, let me see if I can pull this up here. Mississippi, you are in a marginal risk, so not zero. You're at a marginal risk for severe weather. And then tomorrow, that marginal risk stays there again. It doesn't look like either days, today or tomorrow, that you're in that tornado risk, but again, just be weather aware. It's the main thing I can tell you. All right, let's go ahead back to Texas here. We're going to take a look at that, the timing again, 4 areas of Texas. Again, Dallas, Fort Worth, McKinney, Waco, even Killeen, those are going to be some of the areas that are going to get the hardest hit today, and that is likely going to be this afternoon. As you can see, radar estimates show that McKinney area around 5 o'clock, right on your doorstep. San Antonio, you're asking about? There could be a few rogue cells over there. Again, San Antonio area. San Antonio, you're in the general thunderstorms according to SVC's outlook that was updated at 7:48 Central Daylight Time. So general thunderstorms is what they have right now. If something gets really going down there, just stay weather aware because I've seen this shift and expand. So there's a possibility. Let's take a look at the Cape. The Cape is the amount of energy. So the darker the shades of colors, the more the energy. And the more energy to fuel these storms. 3,800 joules per kilogram. Pretty significant up in the Shreveport area around 10 p.m. Lots of energy there yet. San Antonio, still a lot of energy there, but let's take a look at other factors. Let's look at significant tornado parameters so we can kind of see what those numbers look like. I'm looking at this for the first time, so just be aware. Weatherford, Texas. Gina Gordy, Weatherford, Texas. We'll give you a rundown here of where it could possibly have some impacts. It looks like Weatherford this afternoon, stay weather aware. There is a significant threat for tornadoes in your area for this afternoon. Again, not trying to hype it up, just letting you know that you need to stay weather aware. The STP numbers, significant tornado parameters numbers, don't look that impressive, but they're not zero right around that area. Can you check Somerset, Texas? I certainly can. Somerset, Texas. Somerset. And if you guys wonder why I keep saying the same name, it's because it helps me remember. All right, Somerset, Texas, San Antonio area. San Antonio, that area is in a general thunderstorms here for today. So not expecting any tornado activity in San Antonio area today, which would include that Weatherford area. All right, so we're looking at the significant tornado parameters. Jesus, that's how you pronounce that. Can you check Somerset? I already took care of that. Right there. It's not a zero for significant tornado parameters, so just stay weather aware. What about Cedar Creek, Columbus, Ohio? Hang on one second here. Let me look at Columbus, Ohio. Ohio, today you are not having any risks of severe weather today. Ohio, you start getting some of the risks more so into Monday and Tuesday. I'm not going to be able to look at that. That's too far out, so just be aware of that. Burleson. I'll check Cedar Creek first here. Cedar Creek, Texas. I believe you're going to be so far south that you may not have that. So let's just check here, composite reflective, to see what estimates we have. It looks like you're going to get some rain, but you're not going to get anything real significant in your area of Cedar Creek, Texas. Kemp, Texas. First, I'm going to check Burleson. Burleson, Texas here. Yeah, you guys in Burleson, you're around the Fort Worth area. Be very, very, very weather aware today. I would not be a bit surprised to see tornadoes drop in any area in extreme northern portion of Texas. This would be around McKinney, Plano, Dallas. This also would include Burleson because you're around that Fort Worth metro area. So, and the timing again can change. Could be sooner, could be later, but this afternoon and into the evening hours, right smack dab there, you're under the gun. Uh, According to this radar estimate, around 7 p.m. That's a pretty significant signature there. I mean, go ahead and look at the storm updraft helicity. This will help me see the hail factor and the updraft. So there's a lot of updraft in this around 7 p.m. South of Weatherford, there's even a number of updraft. Go back to this here 1 second. So Weatherford covering all of that, and look at that, Burleson, big time hail expected, in my opinion, based on these numbers. Big time hail. Let's take a look at the factor for the hail. Here's the hail factor for today. As you can see, it does cover that area that we were just discussing, so that's pretty significant hail expected. Leah, do you think a tornado can hit directly on Burleson, or you can really tell? No, I can't really tell that. I'm just saying it with max updraft helicity and these radar estimates, there's a possibility.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
All right, we got Georgia going under the gun now. Georgia area, just be aware, Georgia, you're under a marginal risk. So any viewers from Georgia, be mindful, stay weather aware. It's a marginal risk for severe weather. Nothing real huge expected, but I've seen tornadoes drop in a marginal risk as well. Yes, you're welcome, Leah. Kemp, Texas. Thanks for joining, you guys. If you like well, not necessarily like the information that I'm giving, but if you appreciate it, tap that screen. If you're on TikTok, you can tap and send the love. You can also do gifts if you would like. Thank you, Tony, for the follow.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
All right, Mississippi again. You're in a marginal risk in Mississippi. All right, so we're looking at Kemp, Texas area. This is looking at the max updraft helicity in and around your area of Kemp, Texas. There is some updraft possibilities. Later this afternoon. But as you can see, there's smack dab into Kemp, Texas area. If I got that, there it is. Pretty significant storm expected sometime late tonight after 6 o'clock, I'm going to say. That's showing 9 p.m. Central Daylight Time, but these storms, I think, are going to move a little bit faster than what this model is suggesting. Vidalia, Georgia. I'll take a look at Vidalia estimate, Georgia. Let me show you the area of what's expected there. All right, Vidalia, Georgia looks to have a pretty impactful storm cell, possibly 2 o'clock this afternoon. Oh, that's tomorrow, folks. My apologies. 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, but that's a long ways away, so things can change. So just be mindful tomorrow. Take a look at your guys' risks for tomorrow, Georgia. Right now, Georgia area tomorrow does not have anything from SPC other than a marginal risk for tomorrow. But that can definitely change. And based on what I'm seeing here, I would suspect that you guys probably in Georgia might end up getting a slight risk. Hunter Beckworth, thank you. Chase the tornado that came through Linton, Indiana. You did, Security Officer O'Brien? Orchard Hill, Georgia. I'll show you that one, and then I'm going to focus on some of these areas of Oklahoma. Oh my goodness. Security Officer O'Brien, thanks so much for all that you do. Let's go ahead and get Orchard Hill. Orchard Hill, right now you guys are in a special weather statement, so just be mindful you're under a marginal risk today. You could have some.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
You have some additional development in that area expected later this morning, so. And then tomorrow, possibility for some more severe weather in Georgia tomorrow. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Ada. I want to do my buddy a solid here. Ada, Oklahoma. All right, so it looks like after 5 o'clock in Ada, Oklahoma. Let's take a look at Tulsa at the same time. This is a radar estimate. This is just an estimate. This isn't live. Tulsa around after 7 p.m. is what I'm going to say in Tulsa. Some hail possibility. Again, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, you are included in the 2% risk for tornadoes. So just stay weather aware. Ada, you're in the 2% risk, which I'm sure Hunter Beckworth definitely knows. That guy definitely checks his weather quite regularly as well. So Ada, you are in that 2% risk. What's Indiana supposed to look like today? Another bad storm? No. Let's take a look here and show that factor here. Indiana, we're expecting you would be needing to stay alert on Monday, depending on what area. Right now, let me kind of show you the risk for Monday. Here's what the risk is for Monday. So it's going to be, unfortunately, Hunter, you probably already know this, but for Monday, it's going to be pretty significant for your area in Oklahoma. That's going to be including KCMO area, St. Louis, Missouri. Again, this is for Monday, May 19th. St. Charles and St. Louis, Missouri. Those areas are potentially impacted for Monday. They're in a marginal risk for tomorrow. And then for today, let me make sure I check the area that you were. St. Charles, not exactly sure where that is. If it's down by the Joplin, Missouri area, you need to stay weather aware today. Cincinnati, Ohio, not expecting anything.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Not expecting anything in Cincinnati, Ohio. There is potential for the day 4 outlook that I don't have right now, but the day 4 outlook, you could end up having some significant weather coming Tuesday. You live right in the boot of Indiana. Goodness gracious, yeah. So I would suspect, Security Officer O'Brien, I would suspect in that area of Indiana for Monday. So this area here, you can see for tomorrow's outlook, I would suspect that this is probably going to progress a little bit further. That you'll probably be in that and that marginal risk if they do some more updating to this. But then when you go to Monday, there's that marginal risk over in Evansville, Jasper. That would end up being a marginal risk there.
A
Gosh,
new
we got a
severe
lot of
thunderstorm warning
things
has been
going
issued.
here. Charles, Missouri is 20 minutes away from St. Louis. St. Charles, Missouri is 20 minutes from St. Louis. Let me show you the factors here for St. Louis. As you can see, it doesn't show a whole lot going on in St. Louis area for today or even tomorrow, but again, things are going to definitely change. I would be very concerned tomorrow about areas of Joplin, Springfield area, and even areas of that today. Alabama. Alabama, today you're in a marginal risk, so stay weather aware. As far as your factor for tornado risk for today, the area that like Greenville, Alabama, I apologize, that's Mississippi. 1 second here. Gotta go over farther here. You're in a marginal risk for today, but Alabama, you don't have you have less than a 2% risk of tornadoes today. Tomorrow and Monday is where I would be concerned about for areas of Alabama. Yeah, James. Yeah, late last night there was reports of 4, but I was suspecting, unfortunately, that those casualties would go up, and my heart goes out to folks in St. Louis. A devastating, devastating storm that hit there. Thanks, Security Officer O'Brien, for the heart. Sorry, I missed Lufkin, Texas. Lufkin, Texas. These are radar estimates, folks. We're not looking at the live radar right now. There's 3 severe thunderstorm warnings. I would be more concerned if a tornado warning would pop up. I would definitely steer clear of doing the radar estimates, and I would go back into live. So again, Lufkin, you got a lot of flooding going on in your area. But again, Lufkin area is in that risk for tornadoes today as well. So just stay weather aware this afternoon and into the evening. Storm spider chaser out all my other brother and sisters, chasers and spiders. Be safe. Yep, exactly. All right, and then we're looking at El Dorado area of Arkansas. So around midnight. Wall of wind really expected in that area. There could be some embedded tornadoes in there as well. Again, just stay mindful and weather aware. Let's take a look again at the factors of tornadoes here. It's green. That's where the tornadoes could be popping up. This is all the way up into areas of Dodge City, although I don't suspect that there's going to be, based on this radar estimate, I don't suspect that that's going to be impacting that area through this scan. All right, so I am going to let you guys go because I'm probably going to have a pretty big day. Butter spotter, sorry, spell check. You gotta love autocorrect when it tries to get that all messed up. All right, hold on, Solidus Dragon. Oh man, yeah. Are you looking in? You looking at Texas? This is the risk for Texas. Solidus Dragon 2130. Again, this is we're going to look at Texas. This is the risk for. I've got up here the swath for risk of tornadoes. Again, this afternoon is what time we're expecting it. North of Weatherford, even getting into areas of Oklahoma right around 4 p.m. Some of these little tiny cells, those are the things that I would be very concerned about early on, that we could have some spin ups before it develops maybe into more of an MCS. If it develops into an MCS, then it becomes more of a wind event, and you could end up having some embedded tornadoes in there as well. So take a look at this. We're going to take a look at Jackson. Right now, Jackson, Mississippi does have some severe thunderstorm warnings going on. They have a possible tornado on that. I don't know why. Hang on one second. Let me look at that. Whenever I see a possible tornado on that, I'm guessing based on this, we probably have a lot of wind here. Remain alert for possible tornadoes. Let me look at that factor here. One second. Anytime the National Weather Service puts a tornado possible tag on these warnings, stay weather aware if you're in Mississippi. And here's the thing, Mississippi is in a marginal risk. So, and as you can see here, it didn't have a swath for the tornado risk. So just because you're not in a area of this 2% or the 5% that's like in Dallas area for the tornado risk, doesn't mean that you can't get a brief spin up in there. I think this looks more of a wind event right around Forest, which still is pretty nuts. So again, we're looking at live radar right now as that moves into Forest, Mississippi. Areas that would need to be concerned would continue to be like Newton, Meridian, as that storm treks off to the east at 40 miles per hour. Does North Carolina have a threat today? Glad. And how about Chicago? Chicago, you're not under a threat today. Chicago, what you would want to worry about for your area would likely be further into the week. So like Tuesday. Tuesday for Chicago. Goodness, I didn't get very much sleep yesterday. So North Carolina have a threat today. North Carolina, your area does not have a threat today. South Carolina does. North Carolina doesn't have a threat for today. Your general thunderstorms for tomorrow. And then day 3, when we get into Monday, then we start seeing North Carolina starting to possibly have some more risk. But we'll do some more daily live updates. Please, if you're not following, go ahead and do the follow. Southern Louisiana. Southern Louisiana area, your risk for tomorrow would be general thunderstorms. You're not showing southern Louisiana at this point in time. SPC does not have a risk at all there for that. So day 2, which would be Monday, and day 3, I'm sorry, day 2, which would be Sunday, and day 3, which would be Monday. That's the southern Louisiana area would be general thunderstorms. Okay, buddy. All right. All right. So
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
LMAO loser, our sky is extremely dark and windy here in Chicago. What's going on? Hang on one second. Let me pull that up here. Can you please move, buddy? Okay, well, go find it. I'm probably going to need to let you all go here shortly. Son is having meltdown because he can't. Okay, go ahead and use that. Go talk to your brother. Okay. Goodness. Day in the life. All right, I'm checking on this Chicago. Yes, Mother Nature definitely needs a chill pill. How bad can get in Florence, Mississippi today? Let me shut these factors off. Chicago is not under any type of risk today. LMA loser. You're not under a factor for any type of severe weather. It may look dark, yes, but let me take a look at satellite imagery. Tennessee does not have a threat today. Tennessee, you need to be weather aware for your Monday and tomorrow. It's the extreme southwestern portion over in Memphis does have a marginal risk, but again, not significant risk for that area. Tomorrow, which would be Sunday, into Monday, that's when the risk gets more heightened. Chicago, yes, to answer the question, yes, there's plenty of dark clouds there, but there's nothing severe at all. You're going to start seeing some clearing later, but that's a look at the satellite imagery right now. Kentucky, your risk is marginal risk for tomorrow, general thunderstorms for today, marginal risk for tomorrow, and that marginal risk gets more expanded into areas of Kentucky for your Monday. Michigan. Michigan area, we don't see anything supporting Michigan having any threats for the next few days. Let me take a look at SPC's other outlooks here. No, you're not. Hold on, folks. All right, folks. Just needed to make sure that I take care of my son with what he's got going on here. So let me go ahead and pull up the risks. All right, so I'm going to look at day 4. The day 4 outlook does have Tennessee in a pretty significant threat. So day 4 would include Huntsville, Alabama, and what I mean by day 4, that's Tuesday into Wednesday. This is going to be Nashville, Tennessee, Huntsville, Alabama, Clarksville, Tennessee, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Jackson, Tennessee. So your day 4, Tuesday, May 20th through May 21st, pretty significant. Even if we go into day 5, doesn't look too bad. Day 6, day 7. So we just need to get past the Tuesday and Wednesday, and then things will get better. Michigan, again, your area is not expecting anything for the next several days. I can't see any farther out than days 4 through 8. All right, folks, I'm going to have to let you guys go. My son is unfortunately having a little bit of a meltdown, and while I would love to get to all of your guys' questions, I've got to take care of it. Lisa, how is look for Southeast Kansas? Southeast Kansas area, you need to be staying weather aware for today. You are in a slight risk. Hold on, folks.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
All right, folks, I got to let you go because definitely getting sidetracked with the crazy kid stuff. I did not get to Lisa's question right away, so I apologize. I think I got everybody else's that I was able to. I may end up being live. Oh, there's a question. How is the look for Southeast? Let me go ahead and take a look at Southeast Kansas. Your guys' risk factor for today. You're not in a you have less than 2% risk for tornadoes. However, they do a convective model on this. As you can see, my son is really struggling right now, folks. It's because you keep on going on the iPads and tablets so much, dude. Got to stop. All right, 1 second, folks. Radar Omega is what I use. It's a premium app, so do pay about $120 a year. All right, so southeast part of Kansas. It looks there could be some hail into those areas. Let me pull up the hail risks for today. Yeah, your hail is there, hail possibility in southeast part of Kansas, and that would be later tonight. Not expecting that until after 9 p.m. in southeast part of Kansas. Thank you so much for sharing the live, Gina Gordy. I appreciate it. I do need to let you guys go, unfortunately. And here's the hail factor for Texas. This is a hatched area. If you're in this area, you have 15% risk. So it's a significant severe threat. This includes Tulsa, Dodge City, Kansas, even Wichita, Kansas, for hail. The red area, that is a 30% significant severe threat for hail. What about the wind factor? That is significant as well in those areas. 15% in the areas of Oklahoma and southern portion of Kansas. It's a major severe weather. Again, I apologize that I got to go, but I've got to take care of family first. You guys stay safe. I may end up going live again today for some severe storms, or I may not. If you don't get my live, you can follow Mezzo Matt. He will be live today on TikTok. Yes, he already verified today. He's going to be live. No, he's not in the risk. He's in Kentucky. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much for the follows. I appreciate it. God bless. Stay safe. And I will be back possibly later today with some severe weather as it breaks out. That would be later in the evening hours when things get ramped up in Texas area after 4 o'clock. So stay tuned and please be sure to be safe. If you're in any of these areas like Texas, Oklahoma, even areas of Arkansas for that hail and wind threat later today, you definitely